People have accused you of being part of a cover-up.
That's correct. That's fine.
Do you disagree with that?
Absolutely.
It has been 3.5 months since the Uvalde massacre, since the failed police response that left the gunman alone in a classroom full of children and their teachers for over an hour. In that time, anger at the Texas Department of Public Safety has only grown. The agency had 91 officers who responded. None has lost their job or faced any consequences. DPS officials never fully answered any of the lingering questions about its officers' actions that day, not to furious parents, to an angry town mayor, or to any reporters until now.
First of all, there's no cover-up. And the bottom line is, as soon as we can, we'll release everything.
But it needs to be done, sir. The families are starving for information.
It'll be done when the district attorney says so.
This week, 2 DPS officers were suspended with pay and referred for formal investigation by the Inspector General. The department said 3 others will also be investigated. CNN tracked down DPS Director Stephen McCraw after obtaining minutes from an internal meeting held in August. These minutes seem to paint a very different picture than the pledge of full accountability the DPS chief has given publicly. And, oh, by the way, the minutes quote him, no one is losing their jobs. Quite the contrary, all leaders in Region 3 did what they were supposed to do and have stepped up to meet the moment.
And you said no one is losing their jobs.
No, I didn't say that.
You're denying that you said that.
I'm denying that I said that.
You're denying that you said that no one is losing their jobs.
Victor Escalon is not losing his job.
Just Victor Escalon. Yeah.
Victor Escalon is the DPS Regional Director for South Texas. He can be seen in the hallway at Robb Elementary and in the days after he repeatedly helped deliver incorrect information to the media. Before this, McCraw has not given any extensive interviews since the May 24 atrocity. He became a public face of the law enforcement response in the days after. First, at a table with Texas Governor Greg Abbott, when the efforts of officers were praised.
Law enforcement was there. They did engage immediately.
Then, at a later news conference when he admitted to the police failure.
For the benefit of hindsight, where I'm sitting now, of course it was not the right decision.
And in Texas Senate testimony when he called the operation a, quote, abject failure.
I don't care if you have flip-flops and wearing Bermuda shorts. It doesn't matter. You go in.
McCraw's comments put him in the middle of a vastly changing narrative that left him and his department open to criticism by the Uvalde mayor, victims' families, and local politicians.
And, I think it's important.
I can't think of any more important thing.
And that's why people think there's a cover-up, because no one is talking about what happened.
When we get the ability to talk to them, and I'll go by line in terms of what trooper did what, okay? But not just what trooper, what DPS officer. We'll be entirely transparent. The public will have it. They'll have excruciating details in terms of what we did, when we did it, and those gaps. And like I said, what we're not going to do is we're not going to give anybody an opportunity to undermine the criminal investigation.
Now, McCraw says he'll resign if his agency was shown to have culpability for the botched response.
Hey, I'll be the first to resign, okay? I'll be gladly resign. I'll tender my resignation to the governor, okay, if I think there's any culpability on the Department of Public Safety, period, okay? But we're going to hold our officers accountable. No one gets a pass, but every officer is going to be held accountable.